Hi everyone, it's Nishti here from Laguna Beach in California, and I'm drinking a lovely sangria. And I want to talk to you about self-love, because I believe, just like most things in this world, or how things have become, we're looking on the outside for things to fill us up, to fill up the void on the inside. So excessive eating, excessive exercise, being in horrible relationships, trying to control our children. These are all aspects of the ego, the false self of you, the false self which is there because you yourself have wounds that you haven't looked at yet. So we believe that self-love is going to the beach and sunbathing and getting a pedicure and drinking sangria and chilling. Yes, that is part of self-love, but there is more to it. And I believe it's time we go a little bit deeper, because if you know me, you know I like to go deep. I don't believe in anything. I always like to look at the cause of things and go into the why. You know, that's the sign of a true scientist after all, isn't it? We like to go in and examine, and that's what I've been doing the last 3 years. I'm here because I'm part of Evolve, which is Dr. Shefali's event. She's the best conscious parenting and clinical psychologist. I really love her work. I'm humbled to be part of the work she does. I've learned so much. I've grown beyond my wildest dreams, and I've learned so much that also helps me with my clients, because I see obviously families and children, and I see lots of parents trying to control their children, whether that's eating habits or other things. And we always move into conscious parenting, because most often we try and control situations because we live in fear and anxiety. We all live in fear and anxiety. And when you live in fear and anxiety, you will try and control things. That's normal, because you're operating from ego, from your false self. So you don't know better. You don't know better yet. But the life will always give you opportunities to grow and to release the ego. That's why crap happens. You know why crap happens, right? In life, shit happens because life wants you to evolve into your best version of yourself. It wants you to shed all the layers of your false self and be the authentic you. Because you've grown up. Most of us may have had a childhood that wasn't great. We may have been neglected somehow, whether that's through emotional neglect or physical neglect. It's all different, but all adults to some degree live mostly in fear and anxiety. We must admit to that. And that's because you have wounds. We all have wounds. So I believe that self-love is when you look at your wounds and you heal your own wounds. Because if you don't, you are going to project all your crap onto people. Yeah? So Dr. Shefali calls it, you're going to vomit all your reactions, because you're going to react to life. You're going to try and control this, you're going to get angry with that person, you're going to blame that person, instead of looking at yourself. Every time something happens in life, what I now do is I look at myself, because life is a mirror of you and where you still need to grow. So in terms of conscious parenting, your child has been called forth into your life, or your boyfriend or your girlfriend has been called forth into your life to help you grow and show you where you need to let go of control and move into compassion, where you need to heal your wounds from the childhood because you felt abandoned. I hope this makes sense, because this is so deep. When I first came across this, I didn't really get what was going on for like a year. I didn't understand. And now that I understand, I am able, and I have released a lot of guilt and all the unforgiveness that was there, all that baggage that left me stuck. I've now released all of that, so I'm now free. Not just in terms of physically free, but also emotionally. I hold no grudges. I'm in flow. There's only compassion and love in my heart. And when I move into fear, I know, and I try and move myself back into abundance, which is, being connected to a larger picture and not just me. Because really, most of us are operating from little me, the inner child. most of us are children even as adults. We react to life as little babies, as children. And that's why when we adults actually heal ourselves, not only do we set a great example for our children, we also become better friends to our friends, better sisters to your sister, or better children to your family members. So I believe self-love is looking at your wounds, your holes. So Dr. Shefali calls them holes. So if you imagine yourself, let's say your stomach, as that, if you've got no holes, you're whole. Because we are born whole, like children. Children know they're worthy. Children are fearless. Children live in abundance until adults come along and raise them from the unconscious state. They raise children to be full of fear, lack. They teach them racism. They teach them scarcity. And it's because we live in scarcity. So if we adults can heal our wounds, not only do we heal ourselves and live better lives, it's going to affect everyone around us. So that's self-love. Self-love is licking and kissing your wounds, because you cannot run away from it. Life will always give you an opportunity to look inward. You can either react and exercise more and move away from it and shove it under the carpet, but life will always show you your wounds. Okay, and I mean this with love. It takes courage to look inward. It takes courage to stand up and say, yes, I am effed up to some degree, but I'm good enough. Because life is not perfect. And if you're trying to be perfect, then that in itself is showing you that you're operating from ego, because that's an illusion. You cannot be perfect. It's impossible. But you are good enough just as you are. Just as you are perfect, and you're right where you're supposed to be. But if you want to live your best life and be the best parent to your children and be the best partner to your husband and vice versa, I strongly encourage you to practice self-love. And what that means is go inward and face your biggest fears. Because actually, the more fearful you are, the closer to the truth you are. And remember, the closer to the truth you are, sorry, there's quite a few loud people here, like me. When you move closer to the truth, you remember the truth sets you free. So look at yourself in the mirror. Anyone in your life who's pissing you off is a reflection of you. So you can't blame anyone anymore. Now it's time to take responsibility. Practice self-love means self-love is you fill yourself up. You know you're worthy, you look at your wounds, you stop blaming other people, and you operate from your highest self. So it's not good enough just to drink sangria and be on the beach and relax. It's part of self-love, but I'm telling you, there's nothing greater than healing your own wounds. So it's Nishti here. Please comment, share this video. I would love to hear from you. Lots of love.